Hey guys, what's up? I know it's been a while, I think 3 months. I've just been super busy. I've been meaning to make some videos. I got quite a bit of stuff done. I've actually been in the shop quite a bit, even though I've been busy with school and work. I haven't really had time to make a video, and honestly I haven't really been in the mood for it. But I do have quite a few blasters to show you. So anyways, I made a few Caliburns, so I have a machined one here. We'll go over this. And I have two 3D printed ones that we'll go over as well. And I'll just go over what I think about it, comfort-wise, performance-wise, a few changes that I made, maybe some changes I'd make in the future if I were to machine another one of these, and just like my opinion on it basically. I think it's a nice blaster. I really do like it, even though I did change just a few things in this one. So we'll go into that soon. We'll go up close. Lengthwise, it's pretty good. You know, it's nice to shoulder. It's a good length. The pump isn't like too far out. I felt like the rev shot, or at least the one I made, was a little bit too long. This is a nice size. And the breech is nice. I like the breech. The O-ring style, like artifact style, is very cool. And it's just a nice blaster. Like, you can make it all out of sheet material. And I think it's really cool of Captain Slug to design stuff in such a way that like you need not as many parts as you would with some of the homemades that, like, you know, I'd make for myself, or you know, whatever. My point is, he keeps the materials like kind of low, and you get them in one place, and you need minimal tools, which is cool. So this is all white polycarb with some aluminum pieces, and all the purple stuff is just painted. And that's, I don't know, that's pretty much all I want to go over as far as features. Like, I didn't really change much. It's not super important. Comfort-wise, the handle, it's a little bit wide for me. I'm not, I don't know, super into the handle. If you file it down like he shows in his pictures, it's more comfortable than it's just flat. So I filed it and then I ran a router over it. But it's a little bit fat for me, and then there's this bump here. I'll show you on the bench later that is quite uncomfortable. And then the stock, it's just like sheet polycarb, so that's not the most comfortable stock in the world, but it is a nice blaster to war with. I've used this in 2 wars, and like, it doesn't, you know, your hands aren't sore at the end of the day. It's just not the most comfortable blaster in the world. The way I see it is, what happened to the Plus Bow will probably happen to this. Like, when it first came out, the Plus Bow was, you know, needed some changes and wasn't very comfortable. And then as the years went on, people like really customized them and made them extremely comfortable and good looking. And this is already good looking, I think, so it can only go, you know, up from there. And so we'll look at that up close in a second. And I have 2 3D printed ones. One is by me. This guy I printed and assembled, and then this one is by Captain Slug, and this is actually a friend's that I was just fixing. It broke at the latest war. And these are really nice. I like the look of them, probably just about the same as the machined version. And they're quite a bit more comfortable. The handle is not as fat. It's not nearly as fat. It's like a normal handle thickness. And the shape of it is a lot more comfortable as well. So I'll just show you mine, I guess. And mine, I did a aluminum bolt instead of the 3D printed one. So that's pretty cool. Other than that, I left it pretty much stock. The plunger head's an O-ring plunger head as opposed to the skirt seal. And the bolt is an O-ring instead of a skirt seal as well. And same thing with this. Nice to prime. This is actually, I find it's a little bit smoother than the machined one, but that just might be how I made the machined one. Feeding is so-so. It's not the best feeder in the world, just because this part kind of slips around, but ever since I glued the little dart gate thing, it's been great, no issues. Overall, I definitely recommend this blaster. And the kind of neat thing about this is I sourced all the materials locally, so all these materials I found in Canada. I didn't order a materials package, or I didn't order from McMaster. They're all Canadian materials. And then I just printed what I needed to print, and hats off to Captain Slug for spending all this time and then just releasing all the files. Like, oh, just here you go, whatever. I'm pretty sure he doesn't even care if people are making them for sale too. Like, I was reading, and don't quote me on that, but I read on Nerf Haven, it's like the license belongs to the community now, and that's really cool of him. I think that's quite big. Like, I don't know if I could spend that much time on a blaster and then just like give it away. I don't know, whatever. I don't think I'd ever spend that much time on a blaster anyways, like the whole write-up thing. But anyway, I'm just kind of babbling now. And then here's the other one. And The thing that broke was the bolt. I just had to fix that for him. And then I think that's all I did. I think I made him a new plunger head as well, and it's working good now. It seals a little bit better than before, but these don't really have the best seal in my experience. So I guess we'll go over to the bench, look at them up close, and then that'll probably be it. Okay, so I can't really get the whole blaster in the shot, but I'll try and show you the minimal changes that I did. So I just added a little disc here because the plunger tube was kind of it was misaligned. Well, that's my fault, I guess. Well, of course he wouldn't design it misaligned, but getting, like, the tolerances are really tight on this blaster, so I find getting these tubes concentric with, like, each other, and then concentric with the hole in here, as well as, like, all these holes concentric, like 1, 2, 3, and whatever, is a little difficult. Like, well, it's not if you're using like a mill with a DRO or something, but just using paper templates on a drill press, I've always struggled with that, and paper templates on a bandsaw and whatnot. I'm not the best at doing that, even though, like, it turned out good. You'd never know if you picked it up, but, like, I know all the mistakes, and it just, I don't know, it bugs me. Maybe it's the machinist or something. I'm used to, like, precise stuff, and then when I do stuff on the bandsaw, I just feel like it's never good enough. But whatever. I made a little knurled knob instead of using the ones from McMaster. I think that's kind of cool. And all these were local for the most part, except for the skirt seals. And I actually found this tube locally. I forget what it is. But yeah, anyways, I think that's everything I changed with this. I didn't really. Oh, I screwed this in down that way, and that's a pain to do. And now I can't really take it apart easily, anyways. And yeah, that's all I really changed. If I was to do another one of these, I would make like a wood, like kind of make this like a plus bow handle, you know, like just a skeleton, and then make a wood thumb hole stock, kind of like I do on plus bows, and that would be just 3/4 inch, like a normal rainbow handle or something, so it'd be more comfortable. And then I do like a different pump grip. I don't particularly like this. I think it looks okay and it's fairly comfortable. I don't know, I'm not super into plumbing fittings, and I don't know, maybe it's just the ones that I got are shitty or something, but the black actually comes off on my hands. So yeah, anyways, not a big deal. And then we'll go over my 3D printed one. The other one is literally identical, so there's not really a point. And like I said, things that I changed is the bolt is aluminum, and it's an O-ring seal for the plunger head and the bolt, which it's just a money thing for me. It's quite a bit cheaper, so that's why I did it. And one big change that I think everyone should do, and I think it's a good idea. Like, I get a lot of vacuum loading with this breech, so I did it in 2 ways. This one, I just drilled holes in the pusher, so when I am pushing the dart into the chamber, the air gets out of the bolt and it doesn't vacuum load, and that works really well. And in the machined one, I just filed like little triangles, and it doesn't matter, do it either way, but I really think that's an important change. I would definitely do that. It really helped my feeding. I don't know if anyone else was having that issue with feeding, but it just would not feed very well. It would jam, and like the back of the breech as it was loading would like suck on the back of the dart, and it was just a real piss off. So that's definitely a necessary change. And as far as other changes, nothing jump out at me. Anyways, I made these quite a while ago. Everything's printed in PLA plus. All the gray and orange is PLA plus, and then the black is ABS. So the sear, the rail, this thing, that is ABS, and that's just because I only had black ABS, and I wanted this color scheme, so I didn't want to just go buy black PLA when my printer prints ABS perfectly fine, so I didn't mind. And then this one, I really don't know what it is. I'm assuming it's PLA, and I'm assuming it's the recommended settings that Slug published because he made this. And the problem in here, which is another thing that I changed on mine, is the 440 screw just came out during the war, and the 440 screw in the plunger head came out during the war as well. And according to the person that I got this from, he said he did super glue the bolt and the plunger head, and they still came off. Maybe he just said he did and he forgot and he actually didn't. I don't know. I'm sure it was an accident. But yeah, it fell right apart. So instead of the 440 screw, I got a number 6 one going all the way through the waffle piece and the plunger head, and then there's a nut super glued on the end. And then instead of the 440 bolt going through the holes in the bolt piece here, which is weird. This, like, the holes were drilled like almost for a number 8 bolt. Like, they were pretty big. It was like bigger than 1/8 inch hole. And then there was just a 440 bolt going through, so all the air just leaked out like crazy, which I thought was strange. So I replaced the bars and then drilled and tapped for number 6. Or no, I think I had to use number 8. I don't know. No, I guess it wasn't an 1/8 inch hole. It was a 7/64 hole, because I did tap for 7/64. So, oh, you know what? I don't know. Maybe 7/64 is the, like, slip diameter for a 440 screw. I'm not sure. But regardless, all the air was leaking out of there, so I just have 2 632 screws coming in from this way instead of one all the way through with a bolt on the end. And that seems to hold quite a bit better, and I'm not getting any air leaking out of mine because I gooped it, and his, it's leaking quite a bit less than before. And then I did the same on my, oh, you can kind of see it on the machined one. So it's got countersunk number 6, and then they're gooped, so I don't know, air seal's decent. And yeah, I'm kind of just rambling on now, so I think I'm gonna end this video. And thanks again for the 400 subscribers. It blows my mind that 400 people in our tiny little community watch my videos, especially because personally I don't really think they're very good. I know I get compliments on the blasters. You know, I'm fairly happy with the quality of my blasters. I know my videos aren't the best. So I do appreciate the viewership and all the comments and stuff. I love reading the comments. And yeah, I hope you guys are all doing well. And hopefully I'll talk to you soon. If you want a little sneak peek of what I'm working on, it's like a stupid, expensive, not expensive, but time-consuming project for myself. I'll just do a quick shot over there. And yeah, hopefully show you that, I don't know, in a month or so. It's basically all made on the mill and the lathe and the 3D printer, so it's like the most accurate tools that I have. It'll be quite nice. And then I have a very special Caliburn that I'm almost done, which I will show you again soon. And then we got a PCSR, a machined PCSR that I bought off Slug, just the parts for it. And then I have, like, it's just all the sheet parts cut out, and then I bought all the sheet parts for another Caliburn all cut out, like a machined one. So those are just sitting in a bag, and I will put those together soon. I just really haven't had time. When the Caliburn, like the machined one, came out, I was in between bandsaws. Mine broke, and I hadn't found a new one yet, and I was just like so excited to make one, and I really, really wanted to make one. And the one that I had cut out was a Gen 1, and it was out of HDPE, and it just like sucked. Like the surface finish on HDPE with a bandsaw is just disgusting. So it's still just in my scrap bin, and I never put that together. So I was so impatient, I asked Slug, hey, can you just send me the, you know, the bandsaw parts, like the, whatever this piece is, and then all the plates, and then the same thing for the PCSR, and he was willing to do that, so that was cool. So yeah, that's why I didn't make it. But then I ended up finding this bandsaw over there for, it was like, I think it was like $100 with a few blades, and it's a nice bandsaw. It's definitely better than the little toy that I used to have. And yeah, that's it. I printed, I think I already said this, but I printed a PCSR as well, so that's 2 PCSRs I can show you. And I really am liking the PCSR. So anyways, guys, nice talking to you, and again, thanks for the viewership. Appreciate it, and hopefully I will talk to you soon. Take care.